Hi, Anne. Hi, James.
Hi, Anne. Hi, James.
Um, so last we left off, um, we encountered the Banshee. Um,
And it
the
went really well, and everyone enjoyed it.
You always all enjoy my games. Um,
Always, 100% of the
but
time.
uh but you guys had set yourselves up to try to more or less ambush this Banshee as she appeared. Um, Only to have her roll really well for initiative, immediately scream and knock most of you out. Um, as is the way for banshees, I guess. Um, Even if I was expecting to have maybe a round of people getting to contribute before I knocked you all out, it's fine. Um, but regardless, this meant that the fight was largely between uh, the Banshee and a ghost that appeared, and um, Jed Lee and Natrice. Um, you guys did your best to fight against the Banshee and the Ghost, um, during which the in combat it was revealed that Jed is in fact an undead himself. Um, it's probably not a big deal. Um, but one by one, you guys ended up falling, um, only to collectively as a party in your unconsciousness experience a vision of a ancient boar god coming and crushing the altar under her hoof. Um, you all woke up and were kind of preparing to touch base with one another. There's a lot of bafflement and a lot of confusion occurring. Um, and when nearby, chewing on whatever she found in the woods while she wandered off. Um, and Shan questioning some life choices. Um, and Natrice and Aras having a little sidebar to talk about things they have seen in the past and wondering if they might be at all relevant. But we bring ourselves back to the little campfire that you guys have set up, not too far away uh, from the stone circle. You guys decided to maybe um, spend an extra day here to make sure that the banshee and the ghost are indeed gone. Um, as you all settle around the campfire for breakfast.
I've definitely already demolished that frittata.
I do believe that means it's my cue for a little story time.
Well, have Natrice and Aras come back, or are they still off on their side quest?
Yes, they wandered back at this
We
point.
came back and in a lot better of a mood than we left.
Mm.
Has Shan rejoined the party yet, or are they still having an existential crisis?
Sorry, yes. He'll shuffle miserably over, kind of still looking not well, he's a little green around the gills. He's a little he's not hiding the fact that he's shell-shocked.
Well, I was going to say insight check, but apparently insight check isn't required. Once Shan shuffles up, Jed'll kind of you know pull out his good or yeah, Jed'll pull out his good wine and just be like, "Do you need some, bud?"
Going to be honest, Jed, I don't know what I need right now. But n no thank you. I don't think I'm going to day drink yet.
Well, let me know if you change your mind, Lee.
So is that my character's name at the end of that?
Yeah,
Oh. Huh?
alcohol.
One cup.
Okay, I pour off for, well, does anybody else want any? I was just offering to the usual suspects.
Oh, I'm good, thank you.
What is it?
Alcohol. It's some of Jed's good wine.
Yeah, I'll take some.
Okay, I have marked down the dosage expend and should probably get into character more like.
Whenever you've died a couple times in a couple of days, it's might be time for a drink.
Well, you only died once, so far, at least.
No, I
Unless if
died in
you
our
have a.
first one as well, remember?
That's getting down. It's not the same as death.
Oh, true. It just felt a whole lot like dying.
Eh, well, if it was anything like a most recent experience, you were a bit better off than typical. As the resident expert of being revived here, uh, I suppose I promised you all a little bit more of the story of why I am the way I is.
Well, I mean, yes, that would be absolutely fabulous, but why don't you tell us about your face first?
The face is part of the story, ma'am.
So I assume she killed you then.
Oh no, she did not kill me.
Were you something else to death?
I wish. No, no. I won't bore you about the time that I was a wee Jed or, you know, me figuring out the best ways to make a little extra money, gambling, doing side jobs. But, you know, back when I was, you know, same as you met, but with a whole face, um, one fateful afternoon, I was holding a game of cards with a few individuals when, you know, coming into the bar was what I assumed at the time was a widow of more attractive nature, let's just say. And, most of the time I'd be focused on appearances, but I was already on a bit of a roll on making a little bit of coin in the game. And so when she sat down to join us, I figured she was just another mark to be had. Turns out I was the mark. I was dealt a good hand and I played it to the best of my ability. Everybody's money was in the pot, and she raised, and I called going all in. And now, folks, this is where I have to recommend you got to be careful with who you're gambling with because all in means a bit different things depending upon who you're talking to. To call my bet, she, you know, met with, at which point Jed pulls out the handgun, kind of setting it in front of him, with this individual item right here, which, the chance at a magical or an obviously magical firearm, and I was in a good position. I rode the bet. Single-handedly the worst decision I have made in my entire life. I miscalculated. She won. I ended up with lost the pot. And then of course the keen bitch then proceeded to smile like a Cheshire cat and said, "Well, I got what I need. You can have the pot, Jed." And just fuck, I had written down a very specific verbiage for something, and I can't remember where I wrote it down. Oh, uh, she, she then expertly painted a target on my back, saying that I should spend the money before I lose the chance to, and some ne'er do wells take it off of me. Of course, the individuals that I had been swindling all day took offense at me being left with the entire pot and followed me out of town. And that, Jed pulls back down his shirt, revealing the nasty ass, uh, like half healed wound that he kind of has along his neck. They hung me. Of course, considering that the candlelight lady wanted to uh, hold me to my debt, she brought me back. The problem is, she let me hang for 13 days. 13 days of dying and coming back, racking up debt the entire time because every time I come back and every time my powers get stronger, I owe more. But as to the half a face, it's the goddamn buzzards while I was hanging.
Horrible.
Yeah, I'm just happy to be alive or as close to alive as I am.
You just kept waking up there? Huh.
Per her wishes.
Awful.
It was not a pleasant experience, to say the least.
I'm so sorry that happened to you.
Eh, my luck has a tendency to fluctuate, the higher the highs, the lower the lows. I will say that was one of my unluckiest moments, though.
You don't say. That's a hell of a low.
It don't help none that the Candlelight Lady is not exactly forthcoming about the exact details of the arrangement or what she's trying to achieve with the various little caveats on what goes on. Hell, I don't even know exactly about the number. All I know is every once in a while, when someone says a number, I read in a sign, I see a number briefly, and then look back to what it should be. All I know is it goes up every time I'm revived or the powers go up, and goes down every time I'm able to pay her back.
What have you been paying her back with?
You know, only currency that matters with these types of folk.
If we assume it's gold, what use does a ghost have for that?
It ain't gold.
Hmm.
You know, being outside the law or doing a little bounty hunting, you end up killing a few folks, and well, that makes the number go down. And again, you folks have nothing to worry about. Working with you increasing my chances overall being able to pay it as opposed to cashing in on what we have here. That would not cover it at all.
You're just killing anybody or specific people.
Well, the first time I noticed the number going down was after I tracked down one of the assholes who hung me, so not exactly undeserving of it.
How
So
high is your number?
Higher than I'd care to admit. After all, being resurrected just the 13 times from being hung racked it up rather quick.
To what?
How about I let you know the next time I see it?
Do you not keep track of your own debt?
Well, I'm not sure if most recent endeavor count towards it or not, or if that goes under Henwin's jurisdiction.
If that lowers Henwen's number.
I doubt Henwin has a number, but also the hungering spirit, the hungering
Ravenous spirit.
ravenous spirit, not hungry. Synonyms. The ravenous spirit did not lower the number, so I'll have to get back to you on that.
some awfully picky criteria.
I don't make the rules, I just work here.
Do you know if
So,
it's number of souls or is there some sort of soul power?
Again, the Candlelight Lady is not exactly the most forthcoming. I don't even know if it's the souls I'm cashing in on or if it's something else.
It's good. It's better for her to not let you know.
Hell, as you all know, she came in the other evening going, "Oh, don't trust nobody in the group." And I'm like, okay then. But yeah, if anything, makes me want to trust y'all even a little bit more. Of course, that might just me being ornery.
Way I see it, if you have my back, I've got yours.
That's an arrangement I can certainly work with.
Let's just make sure not to, you know, threaten the deer again.
I was specifically saying I did not want to bring you harm. I think that's the opposite of a threaten.
Just throwing it out there.
Well, as much as a rambling, gambling line man's word is worth, I have, I promise you all, I have no intent to bring y'all immediate harm. After all, I did go a fair bit out of my ways to try to keep you all alive last night.
well, I trust you.
Much appreciated, Fred.
Just met. I've never seen a articulate undead like you before, but
What was the term in the book? Exceptional undead, were it?
something like that.
Get written down.
And I don't even know if I'm fully undead. I still eat, I still drink, I still sleep. I can go longer without breathing, and I heal. I heal on the normal magics. Just when I'm supposed to get a scar, it doesn't. Or when I experience an injury that will create a scar, it just don't finish healing all the way, except for it works perfectly fine. Of course, that might be part of the reason why I have the spaghetti arms now, but I don't know. Again, I ain't giving all the details.
Spaghetti arms. What does that mean?
Oh, you saw me fail trying to pull my ass up onto the rock foundations before we were setting up.
I see.
Well, I still have my nimbleness, at which point Jed just launches a card and catches it. Uh, my strength ain't what it was before I did my time doing the hangman's jig. I just love how he's literally the meme of first time to
Hmm.
all of y'all.
Wait, that's why you use that specific GIF. Oh my God.
Also, the running joke about the magical girl transformation before it was revealed that Jed actually has a magical girl transformation.
Beautiful. I don't remember that, but I'll take your word for it. My
Shanna's
memory's not the best anyway.
You and
Shanna's
Jester
only
both.
looking Shanna's only looking more like kind of sick to his stomach.
So, do you even know what happens if you pay off your debt to the Candlelight Lady? Like, do you just drop dead?
Or do you become a candlelight lady?
I would
Maybe he.
prefer
Magical
to
girl
be
transformation and all.
I'd rather be a candlelight lad, but I'm
Well, the
assume
Lantern
it
Man.
I assume it would free me from my debt and I could proceed with my life how I see fit, either alive, dead, or somewhere in between as I am now.
I mean, wouldn't you did die after making your deal, so I don't imagine that living would be part of it. I feel like the undeath is part of that deal.
I suppose so, but if my soul were free from the obligation to the Candlelight Lady, I would actually be able to acquire a proper resurrection as opposed to whatever the hell's going on here, with my soul in a sort of limbo situation.
It sounds to me almost like she's having you undergo punishment of sorts. A very grave punishment. Pardon the pun, not intentional.
Totally
But
intentional.
it actually wasn't. uh, I wouldn't be surprised if she considered the initial racking up, as you put it, as part of that punishment.
Have you ever tried to heal your face?
Well, I haven't used no re high level regeneration of the lag, but hell, even a lot of you have used your magic. I used a little bit of magic during the combat. It heals to the point where it would have as a scar, and then just kind of peters out, as far as I can tell.
Can we get it to a place where your smoke doesn't come through your face?
I would love that, but I don't know if it's necessarily an option. Trust
Juniper
me,
looks
I've
at Fred.
tried.
Juniper looks at Fred. Can we try?
I mean, I could try. I don't have any spells like that right now, but I mean, I could work on it. Do healing spells work on you, Jed?
Yes, they do. Hence
Huh?
why hence why he framed it as a, you know, kind of limbo version of undead as opposed to like just undead, undead. because he has a weird mix of undead and not undead qualities.
Juniper
Uh,
reaches into her pouch and pulls out a very small twig and mumbles over it, and it turns into a berry. And I hand it to Jed, and I say, just in case. And I've handed you a good berry.
um,
I
well,
mean, if you
Jed's now.
want to use the good berry like that.
Well, no, he's assuming he's using it to try on his. Am I supposed to smear it on my face, or am I supposed to eat it?
Well, you just told us that healing doesn't really quite work, and I think Juniper has just been like, well, just in case, here's something. Because if
Well,
Fred doesn't have healing prepared, then I can't exactly like co-heal somebody, but like, here's a good berry for fuck's sake.
one, Jed doesn't know what a good berry is. Two is like, oh, you did magic to try to heal my face. Okay, and then you're like, and I'm like, pulls it out of my mouth. Am I supposed to be eating it, or is it supposed to go on the face?
I mean, it's all science in the end. If you eat it, it might help, but if you rub it on your face, who knows? I've never rubbed it on my face.
Pulls
That's
out
very
He's
knife,
Jed.
very
cuts it
autistic.
half, pops it, and rubs the other half on face.
Generally speaking, rubbing things on open wounds is not exactly helpful.
Well, you have sustained enough
What?
nourishment
Will it kill
to
me?
you now have enough nourishment to sustain you for half a day since you halved your pill, or since you halved your berry. And
uh,
then DM, what happens to the other side of his face?
nothing.
He's
He's got
just
berry
got
Icker.
face now.
some berries smeared on it.
I've I've got to cure wounds.
Oh,
I've
do
been
I have
hit
cure
with,
wounds?
or I've had cure wounds used on me. It was,
I have healing word.
Uh,
I do believe we need a high level of magic to get
Yeah.
it fixed the rest of the way, unless if, you know,
Yeah,
it
I
is
mean, I
getting
have,
fixed at all.
yeah,
I
I,
figured the
I
work
have,
of
sorry.
your dangerous, not dangerous, but dangerous lady would be beyond my scope. Anyhow,
Yeah, I have cure wounds and healing word and all that, but I assume it would be
Oh, I
more.
guess it's right. Healing word has no effect on undead.
Asterix. I'm
I,
undead. Asterix.
I think for the purposes of having a functional player group, uh, Jed is exempt from that. He counts as a
It.
player, not as an undead creature.
Oh, I'm undead in all ways, but in healing,
Okay.
because my understanding of the specific type of undead I am is I'm kind of almost possessing myself.
Do you smell undead?
No, I'm a mostly living body with at least part of a soul piloting it. Well, or more accurately, Jed would go, if that was an in character question, Jed would be like, I don't smell undead. Or at
Well, I
least,
didn't like clock you as undead immediately, and it's kind of a thing with my people.
well,
So, baby,
baby,
baby.
Cat
I
distraction.
keep myself clean. I not exactly rotting. Like the wound isn't rotting by any means. It's just not all the way healed. It's red and raw and like fresh looking, but it's, you know,
And covered in good berry.
and recovered with his temporary facial covering. But otherwise, it's like you can literally see the muscles work, even if the muscle isn't fully attached to what it's supposed to be attached to. It still moves like
Thanks,
it's
I hate it.
supposed to. It's just not all the way back.
You won't
because
find
of
it.
issues.
I hope you won't find offense that it is just kind of hard to look at you sometimes when the muscles are doing the thing.
Why do you think I wear the damn bandages?
We
One, to
we
hide
Aesthetic.
the fact
gave
that I'm undead, and two, so I look prettier.
we gave
Uh,
Jed some like underwear to cover up his face, right?
No, the
No, the
underwear
underwear is
was
for his
for my
actual.
underwear. He has
Yeah.
a kerchief like tucked into his hat, covering his face at the moment until he can get his hands on more
The kerchief
wrap.
slowly turning more blackberry blueberry colored as you choose.
Probably's ripped the hole in it so he could see out of it.
uh,
Although, considering the fact that the damn thing doesn't heal, I've been considering a more permanent solution, but like, what?
I mean, I'm sure there's not like plastic surgeons here.
Of course, getting a replacement half a face wouldn't be all that difficult as an adventuring party.
Just pull a hawk. It's fine. Become the Phantom of the
I'm
Opera.
sure someone's
Do,
not
do, do,
using
do,
theirs.
do,
Come to me, my angel of music.
Uh, uh,
Oh my gosh, we should absolutely get Jet a phantom mask and have it just be like his Phantom of the Opera mask. I'm so here for it.
having the half melted off face is a look, but also then having ye olde prosthetic face would also be a look. So,
Do you want like a proper mask? I think maybe Natris could carve you something.
out
If
of
you pay me,
wood, would that be comfortable? Like,
she's gonna knock on her mask. This one's bone.
oh, I
How often
suppose
are you
bone
like
would be a
worried
little
about
more
comfort?
comfortable. I feel everything still.
Juniper is fundamentally confused and does not understand the difference. And she probably won't. I'm just gonna say that now. Like she's gonna wonder about it and ask you really obvious questions for the
It's
foreseeable
fine.
future.
Like, okay, but like, well, Jed's gonna be like, "Do you want to rub wood in an?" Oh, wait, that's a stupid question. You're a druid.
I'm a druid.
Do you want
What
to
about
rub
wood?
wood on your open wound?
I mean, it depends on what kind of wood and if it's actually going to help and if it has any healing properties to it and if I know the wood. She starts just like info dumping about the concepts and properties of different wood. And then you hear the Taylor Swift song slowly playing in the background. Wood.
Phantom of the brothels. Hmm. But no, I am open to suggestions to trying to fix it, or at least a better solution than my raps going anytime I have to transform is a welcome suggestion. Problem is, what'll work?
You said it was based on expenses?
Paying back the original debt and how it has multiplied from there.
No, no, whether or not your underwear
Oh,
burns off.
that's the only unifying trait I've been able to find so far is stuff under a certain cost has a tendency to burn up in the transformation. You know, cigarettes, loose shit in my pocket, underwear, the wrappings, but more expensive stuff like the hat, the
What's
armor.
your underwear budget then? How often are you
Ob-
doing this? Like, do you keep packs of them? Is
I
there like
don't.
a
I don't.
Costco
You
here?
know, Jed, you can buy very expensive underwear.
I
Exactly.
haven't
Yeah,
There
you
are
had
can
the
get like
stores that
one
opportunity
specialize
really
in
yet.
it.
good pair of underwear and then it's not going to explode every time.
Well, it's not like we have a boutique for expensive undergarments on every corner now, do we?
I mean,
And
you could
also,
Depends if you
make good
know how
Okay,
to
underwear that
walk.
guys,
is more expensive than that.
guys, keep an eye on crosstalk, okay? We don't want to disappoint our fans.
and besides, it's not like I go around transforming, showing off the fact that I'm undead at every drop of the hat I can. It's not exactly the most welcome trait to have in a traveling companion or a business partner. The transformation was a little bit more of a last ditch effort, and besides, it's not an exactly pleasant experience. And like you can see Jed like summon just a little bit of the flame on his thumb, and you get this nice whiff of oh crap, what was it? it I was the type of nerd that actually figured out what I
Flesh and brimstone.
figured out the chemical that was causing his flame because green fire is not exactly common now, is it?
Usually like copper.
Nerd.
Hmm.
Uh diborane.
I don't know what that smells like.
Uh,
I mean, if
s-
your underwear didn't explode all the time, it might smell a little different.
a sickly sweet odor.
Huh.
And then when he extinguishes his thumb, it kind of and floats off, and now its scent is gone.
Yeah, undead or no, I can't imagine setting yourself on fire is very pleasant.
It don't bother me once all the nerve endings burn off.
I suppose not.
Okay, so why are we talking about nerve endings whenever you go to... I'm so confused. Why are you going to brothels if you don't have nerve endings?
No, I do have nerve endings, but when I oh yeah, you were out for when I assumed my let's just say candlelight uh
Candlelight Jed.
yeah.
What, there's more?
Sounds like a dining experience in downtown Portland.
Oh, you pointing at Aras were still up for it. Juniper weren't.
I was unconscious the whole time.
Natrice was the one. Okay,
She
yeah,
was a
no,
sneaky
yes,
Yeah,
there is
snake.
I
more.
think I think Wendy and I are the only ones who've seen it.
Was a sight.
Well, I ain't wasting another set of underwear on a transformation, but the gist of it is the whole body goes green fire.
What
Just
the
imagine Jed if a
fuck?
skeleton and covered in green. That's about what you saw.
Do not know if that is something that I can easily imagine.
Fred has been flipping through their little notebook, and actually they're going to open it to a page and turn it around, and there's a little drawing of a uh a man with like it's a very stick figure-y drawing of a man in a cowboy hat, and he is covered in flames, like very much a picture of Jed from last night, but drawn like it's seemingly out of like a very distant or like a secondhand sort of vision of it. And Fred's just going to point to it like this.
Not an inaccurate representation.
Fred will turn the book over to Aras like, yeah.
I gig grabby hands.
Fred will hand it over.
I will inspect.
The
Aras,
drawing is oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, Aras, do you stick to that one drawing or do you start flipping through uh the book?
Hand phone.
Uh,
Stop swiping.
I mean, I guess I'll like flip the page, see if there's any other drawings of
Yeah, Latrice is
Candleman.
gonna like lean over Ross's shoulder,
Swiper,
like,
no
next
swiping.
one, next one.
I spend most of my time looking at the Candleman though. I don't just like instantly start going through the rest of it. It's like, what else? Is there another one? No?
So there are a bunch of like little drawings like kind of all over the pages. The picture of Jed just seems to have taken over like a little corner of the page, but there are like a couple of different doodles. Like kind of the main bulk of the page is like the written part, but there are all these like marginalia like doodles all over. And like there are a couple of there like if you flip the page, like you actually can see like a little drawing of like a snake that probably seems familiar. And
What
like just
what kind of snake?
just a little white one. Um Just like with some kind of circular markings, nothing very like detailed, nothing very specific, but like the same kind of like little marginalia doodles it seems like kind of spread throughout. Like
Does it look like me or does it look like some like a different kind of white snake?
looks kind of like you actually.
Oh, okay. Is the writing in common or
Yeah, yeah,
oh,
it's in
okay.
common. All of the writing, if you're looking at it more closely, it is keeping track of everything Fred had fed to Henwin that day. Her breakfast, her snack, her second breakfast. There are some notes. Like it uh some kind of like saw a tree fall on the left side of the riverbank. We'll need to go back and make sure that it didn't dam up any creeks. Just a bunch of like it seems like a little bit of everything sort of journal, but the majority of it is pig care related.
Are there any dates?
Yes. And you like checking the date on the Jed drawing, you will see that it is from months ago. Like well over like 4 or 5 months ago.
Like kind of yeah, okay. When I see that I am gonna maybe get really confused and like squint at the little snake and then like maybe like flip through a couple more pages and just see what else I can see. I'm just like, huh?
And like kind of the more you're looking, the more you're seeing like little bits and pieces like in the marginalia drawings. Like you see a drawing of a like a brooch and you look up and you realize that that's one of the brooches that Juniper is wearing. It's not like all of it, but there are just little bits that you're like, wait a minute. Hmm.
Yeah, I kind of like every time I see something that I kind of recognize, I kind of like tap it to like get Natrice's attention on the page, and then I'm like, I kind of keep looking.
Yeah, she's fucking like right on you.
Hmm. How badly does Natrice want to take this notebook?
You you get the sense that if she was holding it right now and you asked to see it, she would not let you. Um
Rude.
uh yeah, she's not about to take it, but she's not gonna let it leave.
I'm just like, I kind of point at this, go back to the snake page, and I kind of like put my finger on it and I like hold it back around our Fred, and I'm just like, is this supposed to be me?
I don't know, maybe. Might be. Is it?
It looks like me, but not.
I mean, it might be. See, well,
It has
I mean,
my marks on the face.
oh, yeah, it does. I guess it is you. That's so cool.
But why? Why am I in your book? Why is Judge in your book? This is from, I go back to look at the dates and I'm just like, months ago.
Well, I mean, I guess we're all having a moment of honesty. I, the Dawn Hills have many blessings.
Not
One of
just big
which,
blessings.
well, yeah. One of the Dawn Hill blessings happens to be foresight, insight into the future. We get to see what's coming down the road and helps us out, helps the family out.
One of the blessings from Hen.
Mm-hmm. And truth be told, has been showing me visions of all you folks most of my life.
Ooh.
Well, that ain't intimidating, no none.
I mean, it's not much. I don't like, truth be told, I don't know you folks like at all, but I've been seeing like bits and pieces. I like to draw them down so that, I can try and capture the memory. Um, So, that's how I got this. I had a dream about it, and she points to the drawing of Jed. I had a dream about a flaming man, so when I woke up from a nap, I immediately drew it down. Um,
But you
and
didn't necessarily know that I was the flaming man, as it were.
yeah, exactly. I just get these flashes, these visions, so I like to put them down. And I don't really know what they are all the time, but usually they come in handy.
Aras kind of like points at you and is like, but you knew our names when we
Yeah,
first came to the house. You knew us.
a bit, yeah.
Squint suspiciously.
The crows in the background going, "She's lying, she's lying."
So you knew someone was
Insight
gonna be
check.
aiming on the men guy,
Inside check.
just not who.
Ooh, insight check. Do I have to roll something?
Who's insight checking?
What's
No, I
going
say
Ooh.
the
on?
birds were calling for an insight check. The crows.
I'm
Oh.
joking, yeah.
Oh. Sorry, got confused.
I mean, we can roll for an insight check. You know what? Fuck it. Yeah. Fuck it. We ball. Where's my fucking dice?
All right, roll an insight check, Juniper. Uh, Fred, you can roll persuasion or deception. Don't say which out loud.
Natural 20.
Wait, did you say Jed or Fred?
Fred,
Fred.
Okay.
Fred.
Well, I rolled a 16, so I don't think I don't think I beat that natural 20. I mean, they seem open and honest. as open and honest as they've been the whole time. It's not an exact science. I mean, it's like I said, it's a lot of visions and flashes and images and such, but every so often I get names or phrases, little little signs, little symbols, that type of thing. And I just so happen to have heard your names before, all of your names before. That is why I got so confused when you introduced yourselves as Sarah and Wendy. I was expecting something different, but like I said, I'm sorry for messing up your thing.
Hmm.
I'm gonna finish going through the notebook, and when I'm done, I'll pass it over to Latrice.
Yeah, she's scouring that thing. Is it like you're seeing your own future, or is it generalized? Is it anything?
I mean, it tends to be about me. It's mostly about me and Tier Orga a lot of the time. So like sometimes I would have like dreams about like things happening around like the town and stuff like that or following someone specific, but like mostly it's me.
Those are the uh, two things mostly within his sphere of interest. I suppose that would make sense.
You see, Dawn Hills have been taking care of Henwin, and Henwin's been taking care of the Hills and Tier Orga.
Hmm.
She gives us
So it's a symbiotic
insight.
relationship.
Absolutely. She gives us insight, and we help guide Tier Orga through it. Whatever's coming down the line. That's how I knew I had to get out of town.
I knew you were running from something.
I told you all, I'm running from a
Well,
tax
they
man.
told us that they were a tax dollar dodger for a long time.
Yep,
Hmm.
committing tax fraud. No biggie.
Fuck
We saw
taxes.
trouble headed down the line for Tier Orga and got out of Dodge before it came to us.
Good thing, too. If you've been
Why?
get
I'll
Latrice first.
continue.
No,
Mhm.
go ahead. I can
Why
wait.
us over anyone else?
I don't know, but it is you.
Fred, I've known you like, what, 6 days total?
Sure, but we have the rest of our lives to get to know each other.
That's
That might be the single most terrifying giggle I've ever heard.
Hmm.
Has
You're
Henry
telling
told you
us.
anything about our travels so far? Is there anything that you know that we should know?
Mm, I don't think so.
I mean, with this foresight, insight, could we have known about the Banshee?
Possibly, probably. Actually, hmm. Can I have my notebook
Latrice just kind of looks at you.
back? Or you could flip to I think it was 4, 5, uh 6 years ago. I want to say around March.
She flips like weirdly quickly to the exact date.
And So in the like kind of in the marginal notes, in one of the like you flip through and you find a drawing of a big stone all like stone block that's been broken, and you realize that it is the altar that is now broken in front of us. And you see like kind of cramped written in the notes, um, description of a lady in blue rising out of the stone, uh, screaming, and then Fred. Yeah, I had a dream about that. I did. I forgot about it. It was a while ago. Not the first time I've
Patrice,
dreamed about dying.
Not a
Patrice, can you do me a
good
favor?
dream. I take it.
Hmm?
Not a good dream, I take it.
Hmm, you have them.
Hmm.
Please do me a favor. Leaf back a little bit in the journal and see if there's anything that resembles the spirit.
She'll flip around the area. Anything?
Probably not. Nothing like, I mean, there might be, but this is just a book I have. This is only whatchamacallit, fucking wrote it down. This is this is book number two. But I have, or book number 301 and volume two. If I had volume one, I might be able to look for more, but I left it at home.
Sounds
See,
like sounds like the
Why?
visions that you do get are more scattered then, and not just a timeline.
yeah, it's not always so clear. It's just little flashes, little bits. The ones that are clear, I try to write down, but everything is potentially something.
Is that is that what you mean when you say when you go out looking at the birds and stuff? Oh, I had a dream that there's an I don't know, evil banshee lady or what well, I think it was more complicated than that. Or there's the banshee and the clouds look like this in the dream, so I'm gonna check today if the clouds look like that, and that'll help
Exactly.
ground me in which memory it is.
Exactly.
Fuck, that makes sense. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, give the science nerd access to prophecy so they can then make a lot of reference materials for all the prophecies.
A library bunny and prophet journals.
Just
Um,
literally Dewey Decimal the shit out of it. Reference tables.
I mean, I
yeah, I
feel
mean, the
like it would
organizational
be
system on this.
irresponsible for us not to refer to these journals and understand what's about to be happening next. If Fred has any idea of what we're going to be facing, and then all of us fell this last battle, like, it just, Juniper's really struggling with the idea of someone knowing beneficial information. It's not like a trust thing, it's more like a resource utilization
Well,
mentality.
well, hold
Mm.
on. If the dreams are scattered and they can't make sense of them until things have happened, then could we divine any value and now?
Natrice is going to literally start cracking her knuckles. We can if we're organized enough about it. They're
It's
already
also,
doing. Oh, sorry. Mm.
well, it's also not so linear. Uh, so, sometimes what I'm seeing is not forward, it's back, and sometimes it's
An
somewhere in
if?
between. Yeah,
And all information is important.
Hold on, there's a
All
GIF.
knowledge.
agreed. But that's why we keep journals. We don't always know when the information will be useful. So,
And this is just one book out of a larger set. There's no
oh
guarantee.
yeah.
There's no guarantee that everything we might want to know is in there.
This right here is my pig keeping journal, volume 10, book 301, number 2.
And there's pig notes in there too, I suppose.
Oh, it's all pig coat notes.
And then also the prophecies or whatever. Right.
Yeah,
Just scribble them. Yeah.
Those are from the pig anyways.
that's how the Dawnhill pig keepers have been keeping track of things for ages.
Hmm, Big journals.
Library bun and prophetic journals.
Uh-huh. Yeah, she's got her own notebook out right now. She is like actively in the process of divining what the most effective way to organize this thing is.
Well,
Good luck with
obviously,
that.
you have to have multiple reference charts, one for what it's potentially about and another for potential time. So you just got to have multiple appendices.
Latrice,
Actual
you
time
should
is one
roll
thing.
an
I'm thinking more.
intelligence check.
Ooh, yay. Mm, that will be not awful, not great either. That'll be a 15, I want to say. Yeah, 15. Mm.
A lot of what's scribbled here in the margins does not make sense to you.
She's yeah, I mean she's just gonna be fairly open with that, I think. She's just gonna be like, Fred, what?
Hmm? Oh, well, I mean, that's my neighbor down in Tier Orga. They were having troubles with their wheat. I think it was a bad harvest, an ergot harvest. We saw
Okay.
it coming down the line, so we had to make sure that their rye wasn't getting too wet.
Well, that is good to know. Okay, okay. Um, you're writing notes for yourself. Um, I have to be understanding of that. This is not meant for a generalized audience. Hmm. I've dived on worse materials.
My little brothers did the coloring on that one. Do you see?
Yeah, I could tell.
Uh-huh. They're real talented.
Hmm. That's nice. I I can't imagine this being you and not doing more with it, I guess.
What do you mean?
I mean, I know you check for stuff, but and she's gonna flip through. Like, I don't see any reasoning on any of these on trying to figure out what's going on with them. I mean, if this were my system, I'd have each thing, tagged by what kind of end it is, what kind of signs I have that it might be upcoming. I mean, I would go out on a day, like, oh, today's gonna be a harvesting day. Let me open to my page of harvesting premonitions and see if any of them seem like they might happen and prepare for whatever the extremes are in them. I mean, they're so seems so loose for something that could be so powerful.
Well, I mean, I guess I just learned the harvest sounds. I don't have a note of them because I've just come to know what are the prophecies of a good harvest. I mean, my
I know you're your own fucking viewership. You're your own clients. You're doing all of your own classification. It makes sense. It is a good. No, it makes sense. It is a sensible system.
And besides, there's only so much you can do to prep for the future, even if you know things are coming down the pipe. And that's
Hmm.
if you know things are coming down the pipe. As Fred here has been implying, that just because you've seen the thing coming doesn't necessarily mean you know when and if it's coming.
Yeah, but there are steps you can take to make that so much more obvious.
Yeah, or you could live your life. And it's not like Fred's been dealing with slaying monsters as of yet.
Fred's
Farm
been
life's
dealing
a
with
little
slaying
lower
monsters
pressure.
for 6 days.
And obviously, I assume Fred's going to come up with a better organization for them to deal with the net fact that we're now fighting monsters and have potential premonitions. And I'm sure you would be willing to lend your expertise to the matter as well,
I mean,
since it seems to be rubbing you the wrong way.
I like the system you were talking about. I'd love to try it.
Do we need to have more of the books to, I don't know, implement the system?
It'll always be helpful to have as much information as possible. I also don't see how you could have left without more, but not necessarily to set a system up if we're just adding new information into it. Back cataloging is nice. Back cataloging is very helpful. Back cataloging we can do when we get back to your fucking compendium, but we don't need it to be able to set up a system here. Fred,
I mean, all the books
everything.
are back in Tiorga. They were just too heavy to bring them all.
Yeah, books
Isn't
are
Tier
that
Orga
way.
like not far from here?
I mean, it's a few weeks journey if we go straight.
Couple weeks, assuming
Yeah.
there aren't any road hazards, bandits, guards looking to take Henwin,
And
all
for,
that.
yeah,
So,
from how
Oh, that's right, the
hurriedly
taxman.
yes, from how
Mm,
hurriedly it sounded like Fred had to leave, I don't think they're keen on returning anytime soon, while Evadne's laymen are practically crawling over the place.
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, we could go back, but we'd have to be very careful about it. It would have to be a little stealthy mission, but I mean,
I don't
if
think
you
we're
need it.
hiding a, and respectfully, I don't think we're going to be able to hide a pig that large.
I mean, it just seems like a wealth of information unknown. That's all I'm going to say. And Juniper sort of like sits down. It's not that she was standing, but like,
Yeah. Mm.
Settles.
exactly.
Speaking of information unknown, there is one thing that's been on my mind. You said that you had visions of the past and of us, right?
Hmm.
Do you remember anything about me?
No, I mean, not that I know. I mean, I'm sure there might be something in there, but I wouldn't be able to know for sure until it came out. You're welcome to look through my notes if you want, if you recognize any of your memories in there. Maybe it'll jog something.
There was some kind of a soldier that I saw, perhaps. I kind of reached to Natrice to take the notebook so I can flip to the page.
Natrice angrily flips to the page with the drawing you're thinking of. It was back here. And she's just gonna
Oh
swat
yeah.
your hand.
Fred will point towards the drawing. It's a soldier in armor in Vimonian armor, but there's not really like a face very well drawn to it. Seems like the focus was on the armor and the face is just kind of a blank. Like there's not even a line there. It's just kind of left as a circle.
Hmm.
Maybe that's you. Is that you?
Well, it might be. I do have this. Lee starts rummaging through his backpack again and pulls out the badge that Natrice is familiar with.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is, right there on the lapel. Ha! That's you!
It's your old battle armor.
Guess it wasn't stolen after all, huh?
Hold on. Let me see that.
Well, it's
Only
someone's
if
old battle armor at least.
only if you give it back, Jed. They'll hand it
Oh
over to
no,
you.
not the metal,
Oh,
the art.
Natrice will turn the book towards you.
Huh. I think I heard someone about someone in armor like that working as a mercenary uh somewhere in how is the fuck is this pronounced, DM? Kazarthal?
Kazarthal?
Kazarthal, while I was doing a few jobs outside of it.
Kazarthal. 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 It's like visibly racking his brain here while I'm double checking my notes.
Shan knows about Kazarthal.
Oh, fuck. Do I?
Me trying to pull people into the conversation who've just been
Yeah.
sitting there.
I'm like, oh, that's right, because isn't it to the west? Because he was again, traveling a bunch. Yeah, here we are. Okay, I found it. 1 second. Let me read.
I busted out the rumors so I could reference them.
The name rings a
Old
bell, but I don't
battle.
remember anything about that.
Well, don't know much more beyond that, you know. I have a tendency to stay busy.
Uh, my uncle lives in Kazuthal. I visited him, but the city is hush hush.
It,
Hmm.
yeah, it's very surprising they would have let you into Khazar.
Well, I can't really remember anything about the place, so
You got to
if
get.
my if my memory recovers enough that something does pop up, I'm sure I'll let you know.
There are so many permits you need, Lee. So many permits.
What is it?
Were you the type of person who filled out permits?
Yes, like I'd remember.
Do you fill out
Well,
permits now?
well,
Lee sort of
that's
just gestures at himself. What the fuck do you think?
Yeah,
Do you know what a
don't strike me
permit
as the
is? Like
paperwork type.
the no wealth of
Of
knowledge here.
course I know what a permit is.
and he certainly used to be familiar with paperwork. If I'm not mistaken, that's a higher rank and military badge.
He didn't know his
He's-
name. I'm not supposed to know whether he knows what permits are or not.
Um, Latrice, you know that yeah, there are permits. There's also you can also get in via family connections. Like but for outsiders like you and probably Lee, they would need at least a few forms signed to go to,
Travel visa, travel visa.
yeah, at least to go to some of the upper layers.
Yeah, yeah. I just, I guess I can't picture you now in that position for you then.
Neither can I, if that's any consolation.
You know, it actually kind of is.
Not everyone gets such a complete chance to reinvent themselves. Perhaps it's a bit of a blessing in disguise for you, Lee.
Reinvent, more like destroy. That is true anyway.
Well, who do you want to be? You can just work towards that now. None of this bullshit hanging over your head, making you make decisions that you don't necessarily want to make. You can be your own man.
Hmm.
What kind of person do you want to be, Lee?
Haven't figured that out yet.
Valid.
What's important to you?
Well, for one, I'd like to remember.
Okay,
For
that is an
two,
actionable goal.
for two, kind of just like nods towards the capital. Fuck her.
I assume you mean that in the metaphorical sense as opposed to the physical sense.
I'm not you, Jed.
Well, you could do one before the other, just not the other way. Then it gets weird.
I'm gonna sit that stuff. God, piece of almond went down my throat. Okay. Uh,
Ugh.
thank you, Bear Claw. Uh, God, what was I saying? It completely derailed me. Uh, oh, I'm gonna set that thought aside for now. Maybe never revisit it.
The therapy or the fucking the queen bitch?
No, I'll let you sort
That
that out.
was more for my own enjoyment than anything else.
Mm,
You don't
Well,
figure out where you're going, you're never gonna get there.
I spent a couple years wandering. I could spend a couple more.
And Trees shrugs. Easy way to let that become your whole life. Often before you notice.
I have to agree with the rabbit on this one.
What do you mean
Left,
have to agree?
well, I left home, at 15, haven't settled since.
If you don't make a home, you don't end up with one. Home doesn't just happen to people.
I don't know about that one. I haven't
I
had
mean, but
like a
everything just
home.
happens to you.
Well, there is the idiom, home is where the heart is.
Wow.
And if the heart's on the road,
The heart gets the faster every so often on the road.
Well, to be fair, I don't think I have enough to work with to really figure out much of anything at the moment.
I have to agree with that one. We don't have a whole lot to help with either.
You're what? How many months, years out of it?
Lee
Could
just
be
kind of
days.
shrugs.
How
Been
old
a
are
couple
you,
years at
Lee?
least. I feel like you asked me
Okay.
that the other day. Mm, late 30s, early 40s, somewhere around there. Feels right.
Not your body, Lee. You.
About as long as I've been. I don't fucking remember.
What stage in the personal identification of self are you in?
I'm gonna pretend that means something.
I
Oh, I
think
can
we're at
actually
the
help
I
with
think
this
therefore I
one.
am stage.
Okay. Okay. So your gods, what? Four, maybe? Six? Two? So, okay. Formulated wants and desires. But yet to formulate overarching themes for them.
Calling Jed a child.
Jed Lee.
Not Jed Lee, yeah.
Lee
Or
is a
Lee.
child
Well, you
for
wouldn't be
all
that far
I
intents and
off,
mean,
but
purposes.
if you're looking at their like cognitive accomplishments we've got doesn't remember name, doesn't know amount of years we've been born. We don't know how much there's of self-understanding that's going on there, and understanding of what knowledge is already gained or remembered from a previous life. We have an outfit you were awoken in, so we
Bitch,
assume that's
got
your
knocked out by a bandit and became an alcoholic. How do you think I feel about this?
Do you
well,
recognize
I don't
yourself
know,
in the
you haven't
mirror,
quite told
Lee?
us.
When you look in the mirror and there's a guy moving there. Who is that guy?
Oh my God, Patrice.
I think we're able to assume that Lee has the mental acuity of someone who looks of his age. I do believe the issue more has to do with the quantity of knowledge behind he what he has memories of, not necessarily a lack of mental development.
Thank you, Jed.
You're not
He's
missing
has
the skills to be the adult, but you do
The
not become an
context.
adult by being fully instantiated as an adult.
So if you got serious, he sort of like whaps his head twice, and then drank yourself stupid, would you be a day old?
he has
I really
Do I
think that
come
comes
amnesia.
back
down
from
to
it
the
ever?
understanding knowledge.
Then I
Answer the
would have a
question.
day's worth of experience informing my moves.
Then you are a day old.
Yes,
If you
then I
only
would be a
have
day
the
old.
contextual understanding of a day of experience, your physical age does not compete with the experience of the life that you have. If Fred is not a Wayne, and Fred is fully an adult, but has only ever been 6 days out of their village, I'm sorry, they have the experience of a Wayne.
You two have crazy standards.
Uh,
I can kind
I
of
mean,
see what they're getting at. They're just going at it all bass backwards.
You
I
might
mean, there's a
have the
great amount of knowledge not known from someone who claims to be a consenting and understanding adult. If you don't understand the actual conception of the world that you're around, how can you understand
I
enough to consent
understand
and
the world,
participate?
Juniper. Have you experienced blunt head trauma? Hmm?
Yes, I'm a deer.
That doesn't mean anything.
Do you know how deer shed their felt?
I thought you were a satyr.
Uh, yes. And there are goat satyr and there are deer satyr and goats act of
I called
goats
you a
and
deer
deer
once and
act
you
of deer.
corrected me. I think you both need to make up your
weapons
mind.
set up.
I'm going for a walk.
I mean, it seems like you're fine.
At least one of you thinks I'm sane. And he
Uh,
kind of
you,
just like stands up and starts walking off.
Your lack of memory does not indicate sanity. Sanity is a unique experience or a unique aspect from experience.
Your
You,
experience determines your knowledge.
He hasn't
And if you
stopped.
yes,
don't know
and
about
your
it, then
knowledge
you're not
doesn't
gone.
determine who you are.
not an idiot. He's just going to be gullible.
Well, he might not even necessarily be gullible. He just won't necessarily know the context of the situation.
Well,
That's
and until we know
gullibility.
what he knows, that's a very large gap of information.
I
When someone doesn't know their own name, it's a very large gap of things we can assume that they know.
The dude knows his name.
No, he didn't.
he's
Not when he
he's
woke up, he didn't. He determined he
demonstrated
didn't.
he's demonstrated the what general trappings and operations of being a full-grown person. He just doesn't have any what biographical memory. He doesn't know who he is, but he knows that he is an adult man in a world full of other adults and not men,
He's
right?
got he's got instinct. There are plenty of adults that have instinct and no experience. It's not
He's
something that stops you from being an adult, but it's something that makes you a fucking rube.
he's forgotten himself, but not that doesn't make him not a full person. Just doesn't know who he is.
Also, I know quite a few people who, have experienced life and remember everything are the rubiest fucking rube I ever did fucking met. God, thank you for all that coin.
Anyhow, uh, this is all quite a lot.
It's a big day and we've got nothing to do with it.
I
I'm beginning to
mean,
wonder if I should have stayed at home on a particular day where I didn't know what to do with myself and decided to leave.
Well, we can
Well, are
all
you
live woulda,
bored
coulda,
now?
shouldas. It's not exactly the most helpful mindset. You can regret the things you've done, but you only have control over the things you can do.
Well, when I did get bored of home and leave, I did kind of promise to come back in one piece, and I don't know if that even qualifies now, even though what we didn't quite die. What?
Passed out for a few hours.
I mean,
Super
we're all
good for your
better
brain to do.
now.
Definitely could have died.
It's never a safe promise for anyone to make.
Yeah, you could have
You
stayed
don't
at home,
control.
slipped on a bar of soap, and cracked your head open while bathing.
Nobody controls when and how they get got.
Gee, very helpful with my current dilemma.
I
Thank
guess
you.
except Jed a little bit. The Candle Lady will get him in the end.
Yeah,
Yeah, sometimes you keep
that's
trucking
true.
anyways. Sometimes you're still alive, but you've had the person you would beamed out of you.
You just gotta do your
Prefer
best
to
to
avoid
enjoy.
that myself.
Sure he would have too.
Indeed.
Well, sounds like we need to get your ass a helmet.
Hmm. Prophecies asides, and
3 inch of
oh, that's
Fucking
gonna
steel.
be a
prophecy.
big asides. But shit just happens, Shan.
Indeed, but we're all just accepting that the pig is a god and the pig keeper is a prophecy holder and she's just got everything in her journals and
Not a girl.
they
The the
my
prof
apologies.
the prophetic short one bothers me less than the fact that we're running around with a god. But like
Oh, it all
we
bothers me quite equally.
Is it
but the thing
even,
We
is,
are we
have a
even sure?
prophet Wayne, a man who doesn't have a lot of. June is so confused. Head and antlers in hand.
Are we even sure that the pig is like a god or some
Thank
kind
you.
of like creature? We don't know for sure. I don't think even Freddy knows perhaps for sure.
Well, from my
There are
limited experience with beings of a higher nature, let's just say, I'm inclined to say that what's the classification? Like a local god, locational god, the type of thing where the god has a small sphere of influence in a specific locale, as
The
opposed to
specifics
Gods
necessarily.
exist
aside,
everywhere. Gods exist everywhere. It's just having
the
someone who believes in
specifics
them.
aside, is nobody else feeling quite out of their depth, or is it just me?
June
Oh,
has never raised their hand so fast.
Is this not what you signed up for, Shan?
oh, you
I
get.
stand up for quite mundane troubles, typically. I'm used to mundane things and
You're used
mundane
to
issues and
helping
fixing
puppies out
mundane
of trees?
problems.
Well, Shan, I have some good news for you. You get used to it.
You? Good news.
No, seriously. I was just a fucking rambling, gambling lowlife. Ran into a literal fucking cryptid, got cursed, out of my league. And, you get used to it.
I would rather not have to.
And, that's a fair reaction, but, you know, worrying about how you'd react to it doesn't do nothing. You gotta react to it and live with the decision.
There's a lot of people out there who ignore the randomness, who ignore the big stuff, and who try not to think about how ununderstandable, how useless it is. Oh, a lot of people live like that, Shan. It is an easy life to have, and it is a life that you can have if you want to. If that's where you want to be, then just fucking forget everything. Then just don't think about it and don't ever look into anything. And whatever, you can have a small domestic little existence. You can spend your time on ups and food and making sure you get through the days and pretending like it means something to you.
Don't forget
It's
visiting
so
brothels.
easy to do.
Pretending. Ah, no, that all seems quite lovely to me. Thank you. I know
Hmm.
exactly what I am, and it is a simple man with quite simple needs and simple
Truth
goals and simple desires. I am simple.
Well, you
be
said it's not
told,
me. Hmm.
most of the problems I've been dealing with are mundane as well.
That's what most of. Latrice is gonna shake the book, which she is still holding. That's what most of this is concerning. The mundanity.
You cannot shake a book of prophecy at me and tell me that it is mundane.
What? Yes, they can. Two, like, we live in a fucking fantasy world. We just fought undead. We know that gods exist. We know that dragons exist. It's
You
all
knew Jed was
relative.
undead, Sean.
No, Shan
You knew he
suspected
was
I was
undead.
undead, and then I lied to his face about it being caused by. Well, I suppose it's not entirely a lie because the gun is the cause for being the undead, which the undead is the cause for the reading as undead. But that's
Yes,
besides the point.
yes, the
Again,
web
I
of
owe you an apology,
technicalities and lies. Excellent. Thank you. So inspiring of trust
which
in
I do
you
owe you an
and your
apology for that.
judgment and the fact that the candlelight lady is so harmless to all of us. Yes, quite.
No, she's
June
not
takes a second.
harmless.
Dead fucking asides.
June takes a second to make the grass or to make some sort of like small like clover grass like very like a very very soft bed with druidcraft kind of spiral up underneath Shan and make him a little more comfy. Just a little bit of magic for funsies.
This is a bad thing to do to a man who is already clearly having a panic attack. I'm so sorry, Juniper. He like
I
feels
made
it
you
happening
cozy.
and waves his hands up in the air and like gets up and goes, "I'm going to make like Lee and go for a walk and think."
The
And he goes and
shrubs
does
like
that.
The clovers like sag a little because they're sad now.
I, the player, am sorry.
Well, I'll take the comfy bed. Jed flops over.
There's a very, very small from the clover that didn't expect a new being to be on them.
Badass is kind of shrinking in on themselves a little bit, kind of wrapping the cloak around themselves a little bit more. It's like,
I think we're all getting a little out of our own heads about this. It really isn't, at least on my end, it really isn't that dramatic, I guess. Or it never has been. Hen has just always been around, and this has always been the way it is.
Your mundanity, like everybody's mundanity, has a certain level of insanity that you've gotten used to. Whatever you're born in, whatever you grow up with, that's the amount of it that you consider normal. It's a higher amount for you, or in a different direction for you, or centered differently for you than it is for fucking Shan. There's no fucking thing as mundanity. There's no fucking thing as normal. It's just relative to your own life experience.
Did the
Reach.
trees just say normal's a setting on the dryer?
Yes.
No, more specifically, normal's relative,
Hmm.
which ain't
But
that the truth.
That's
sure,
true.
yeah.
Jed considers themselves normal.
It's
I
it's
consider myself normal and I'm a deer sater. It's not
it's
exactly like we're common.
common to have that include domesticity. Domesticity isn't any more real than any of the rest of it.
Real is what you define as real. Like Lee's existence is real. His life is real. What he's experienced so far is all real. That's just his.
Lee hasn't established a sense of normalcy yet. I
I
don't
mean,
think
it
he
is his
has.
normal though for so far. That's why he's content with it.
he has been like that for several years. If he hasn't established a new normal, then don't know what he's been doing.
Surviving, like the rest of us losers.
But wouldn't
So
that
fucking.
like be considered normal? Like your day to day?
Normal for him, yeah.
And that's exactly what Natrice is saying. Normality is what one defines as one's base center self.
It's all about surviving. It's always all about surviving. It's about what you as a person needs to get through the day.
Maybe it
Well,
would maybe it would be best if we packed up breakfast and made our way back.
Do we need to go back to
Latrice,
Verena?
to get paid, yeah, but we're
we're
staying
gonna
through to
stay
the
here a
night to
night
confirm.
for
Hmm.
checking on the Banshee. Or at least I am.
Well,
So
did we not just already do the night thing? And then this is the next morning?
we woke up in the morning and the circle was destroyed. Um, as previously discussed, the plan for today is to stick around and see if the Banshee
All
shows
right.
up again once night falls. Or at the very least, that's what Natrice has proposed doing and what she is planning on doing.
Uh,
Uh,
Jed's
I
right
thought
there
we were
with
already
you.
past that point.
Oh
we
no,
were
we
just
need one
leaving
more evening.
breakfast. It's been a
Okay.
day. Um,
Okay.
Natrice is gonna say, "Oh, what an excellent idea, Ras. Let's pack it the fuck up." And she is going to stomp her foot, and the entire campsite falls down. Everybody's tent is now packed.
What?
The cook fire is out. all of our trash and remnants are back in everybody's bag.
What?
What the
We
fuck?
didn't need any of that anyways. Don't need a comfortable center. What I need to do is go out and hunt.
For what?
Fucking
Normalcy.
lunch, fucking dinner.
We are going to stay here to make sure that the banshee's gone tonight,
That is
right?
it tonight. I will be back by night. If you're lucky and I have a good hunt, I'll be back with something fresh for lunch.
Good
Latrice,
luck.
do you take Fred's book?
Can I have my notebook back?
100%. Sleight of hand. Do it.
I am not done looking through this,
Well,
but yeah, here, whatever. I don't need it right now. And if I get gored by something, it should survive.
thanks. Fred is
What?
going to take their notebook back.
Jed, am I trying to find something with large enough bones for your fucking face?
Well, I appreciate the sentiment. What would even be big enough to produce? I would suppose if you found some sort of ear, what, hip, shoulder.
She's going to knock on her snake mask. This one is a IRL clavicle.
Well,
It's
if
got
you're
one.
lucky enough to find something, we'd be more than happy to help you drag it back. But if you don't find anything that large, no sweat.
Okay. Well, I make no promises. Nobody ever should.
No promises expected.
And yeah, she's gonna leave.
Um,
Everyone's leaving?
Well, everyone's having a little conniption and then having a moment to recharge.
um, Fred, you take your book back from Natrice and you kind of thumb through some of the drawings a little bit. And you find yourself looking at a drawing from a few months back of a an elf woman uh who seems to be aiming a bow. Um, she's got like a long braid going down her back. Um, and she seems to have kind of like twigs behind her ears sprouting out.
Mm, do I recognize her?
Nope.
Mm. And Fred's just going to kind of work on the detailing a little bit, like kind of fix the shading over the eye and kind of focus on their drawing for a little bit. If we're scattering off, it seems.
All right. Um, Natrice, survival check.
Okay. That's a well, 19.
19. Um,
And
you
she's staying out hunting for as long as her body can take being out hunting.
great. You head out into the fields, and you manage to track down a single, frankly, rather malnourished axbeak. Just
Ooh.
like a tall, flightless bird with strong legs and kind of like a wedge-shaped beak. Um, it, generally that they have kind of nasty disposition towards people, um, and attacks unfamiliar creatures. But this one, it's by itself and it doesn't look all that healthy. It just tries to run from you, so it makes for easy hunting.
Beautiful. Um, that's enough for her to have something to come back with. Um, and she's going to burn one of her actual spell slot whole times. Um, to how far out does this thing go? 120 feet, I want to say. Yeah. To gather as much edible plant matter as there is within, in a 120-foot circle.
Like I said the other day,
Hmm.
there's dandelions around. Not like the living kind like you see in the Feywild, but like actual
Uh-huh.
little flowers.
Yeah. Um, she'll uh she'll call that good. Um, is there any are there any like streams or anything around here?
You find several dried out creek beds from when this land was a forest.
Yep. All right. That makes sense. She'll probably take her whole time. Well, not technically her whole time. This is a different ability. Um, but she'll take her weeding the earth in one of them, I think. Hmm. All right. So, yeah, that's what she's off doing today.
Aras, there are only like a couple of trees. They seem very dried out and dead.
Are they like decently sized? Could carry some weight?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna find a tree that's not too far from camp, and I'm gonna find some branches that can support a canoe and make myself a little tree bed to hang
Cool.
out in.
Do you want to describe what it looks like as you pop out your canoe?
Yeah, so since I'm not far from camp, people who are at camp still see Autumn's climb one of the random trees nearby, and she kind of grabs a little thing around her neck and popping out between two big branches, this kind of smallish canoe appears made out of wood and balances between some of the branches, and Aros just like climbs into it and like disappears.
You hear audibly from like over by the campsite, wow, it's so cool!
Something something Natruce's relative normal speech.
It's not too big of a canoe. It could fit maybe like two people uncomfortably, but it's more like a what we would consider like a kayak size.
Everyone is off to their own, so Fred isn't going to like go and bother Aras, but definitely is like throughout the day slowly making their way a little closer to that tree.
Would Shane have run into Lee on his own walk?
I don't know. Um, I'm sure you're not taking any pains to hide yourself.
Not
Uh,
necessarily, no.
we'll say that Natrice notices you.
I said Shan, but yeah.
Oh, Shan. I'm sorry. I thought you meant Treese. Yeah,
I'm okay with the tree citing him, honestly.
yeah.
Like
I mean, you're cited, but
it's an empty forest.
it's not even technically a forest.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, yeah, we'll say that Shan spots you.
Kind of stops. It's not exactly the friendly guy you know and
Hmm.
I don't know and are acquainted with.
Yeah. Shan's in like heavy armor, right?
He considering everybody just I mean, oh yeah, no, everybody woke up in their armor, right?
I would imagine you're just fresh out of combat, so
Yeah. But yes, he's kind of clunking around and he's not
and then
being
just like it
quiet.
stops. You too, huh?
Quiet, 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 quiet.
Glad to see you're on your feet at least.
Hmm. And you?
What were they bothering you about?
I don't think they were bothering me in particular. I think I was going to be the bother. Probably have a few apologies to make when I get past camp.
Hmm.
I yelled at people.
So did I.
Not our brightest moments, huh?
No, you can walk with me if you want.
Suppose.
What do you remember about Castlethal, was it?
I yes. Yes, Kazarthal. Let me pull out the document. Uh
Yippee!
uh, is I'm gonna rattle some stuff off and imagine he is saying this to you
I
because
absolutely will.
cool. Okay. Yeah, just it's very dwarven and they didn't want to let me around just anywhere, but he has his uncle there, so he had a little bit more access to things than like a normal just like visitor would have had. There's a lot of necromancy there. It's not like a thing necessarily, which took a lot of getting used to. Uh, yeah. Well, his uncles, actually.
Oh,
There's
multiple.
two of them. Uh, yeah, it's old. Old, old, old.
Old dwarven city.
Old Norman City, yes. That's
Deep
really
in the
it.
mountains.
Yeah,
The mines of Moria. Maybe not. Huh.
yeah. Nothing super crazy. He knows what he saw when he was there briefly,
Hmm.
and it kind of skewed him out. So he did, in fact, bounce.
Does sound familiar. But I think if I were over there, I'd have remembered something specific.
Well, you don't remember a lot of specific things. So,
Yeah. Fred and Jed at least seem to understand. Fred was the first one I told about the problem.
Red is a very understanding person.
Oh yeah.
I do wish that I had extended that same courtesy to them.
Well, it's understandable, right? After what happened, I'm still freaked out.
Freaked out is definitely a word for how many of us are feeling.
Hmm.
It might be an understatement on my part. I definitely freaked out, but I don't know what I feel about anything right now.
Hmm. The feeling's mutual there.
I almost feel bad about yelling at Wendy.
Wendy, yes. I sent that message to you because I haven't figured her out yet.
Uh,
For someone who seems to have a lot of opinions about a great many things, she doesn't seem very willing to share much about herself.
Indeed, it's about five as well.
Hmm. She may accuse me of not having foresight or any of that, but I don't think I trust her.
I, yes, I do not make a habit of distrusting others, but she is not exactly making herself easy to get along with. At any rate.
Though I suppose, in a sense, she knows about as little as I do. I think her first inclination was that me not remembering anything was an alibi.
Alibi for you or somebody else?
Probably me, maybe both.
What do you think you lost all of your memories on purpose?
I didn't try. I asked Verena about it, and the answer he gave me rang a pretty serious bell. A bandit altercation and a blow to the head. And everything from there kind of just falls into place.
Ugh, I just don't know what to make of anything right now.
And that's fair.
Maybe we technically saw death, didn't we?
I'm not certain. Jed seems to think it's
Or
different, and as strange as he is, I think I trust his word on that.
indeed. I don't know if I'm cut out for this.
I don't either, if that's any consolation.
No.
I didn't
It's
think it would
not.
be.
Most anything anybody says right now is kind of just making this worse, and he'll wave at his head and kind of indicate that he's a mess in the brain pan at the moment. Not obviously not in the same way as Lee, but you know. um it's I don't have words. I don't have words.
You don't need to have words. You seem a good man, and a bunch of really strange and sometimes accusatory shit has been happening.
Indeed. I think the only person who hasn't made everything worse is shockingly Wendy, who only pointed out facts, really.
Yeah, that is one thing about her, I suppose. You can trust what she says, but I just can't trust her motive.
No, she simply did not say anything to or about me or my reaction that I was not already thinking. So,
Hmm. Well, we'll get a read on each other yet, I suppose. Though I guess it's harder for me because I also have to get a read on myself.
indeed. Anyhow, uh, I think I have some more walking and thinking to do myself. I don't know if you want to head back, but I'm not ready, so I may be on my way.
Of
Uh,
course, take your time.
I'll be back later.
Be safe.
And you.
They kind of just split up and diverge. Lee probably does head back to camp before Shan does.
By the time Lee makes it back to town, to the camp, Fred is sat like probably about like 2 or 3 yards back from the tree that Aras has set up their canoe in, and is definitely drawing the canoe into their book.
Lee sees that and like stops for a second. He's like, where did we get a canoe?
Suddenly, canoe.
Aras had one. It was really cool.
Since when?
I don't know. She just climbed up in the tree and then suddenly there was a canoe. It was really cool.
Kind of just like shoots a quizzical look at, I assume probably just a tail hanging over the side.
There's like a leggy hanging
A
out on
leggy.
the edge, hammock style. But like the leg gets tucked in and you see Aras's head like poke up from the edge of the canoe and like look like squinty at you guys, like not that high up. I can hear you.
But that's okay. Where'd you get a canoe?
It's my canoe.
Okay, yes, but you'd think we'd have noticed something that large that you were carrying with you.
It's a special canoe.
Hmm.
My
Jed.
dad made it.
But yeah, Jed just off in the corner do practicing card tricks goes magic.
Your dad's a wizard then?
Not the wizard.
Clearly some kind of skilled
You're on
magic
mute,
user if he
Avery.
made that.
You said that he was a craftsman?
Yes, he works with wood. If you've been close enough to the canoe, like you can see even from up in the tree, like the exterior of this canoe is like carved all on the outside and possibly on the inside, like but you can't quite tell from the ground.
Fred, Fred is going to like kind of tentatively approach the bottom of the tree and just be like, "Can I see?"
How if you
Fred's
want
going to try and climb the tree.
um how well do you do?
Lee's gonna see what Fred's going for and kind of just like reach down and help them up by the feet. You get advantage at least on the athletics check you're surely going to make.
Yeah, I think I'm like at least 6 feet up.
Uh, excuse me. Fred is a tiny halfling. You could literally just launch them into the canoe.
That is true. I could like LeBron James slam dunk the halfling into the boat, but I'm not going to.
More the
I think
mental. If sorry,
No, I think I did calculate out how much Fred weighs. I think they weigh like less than 30 pounds. They are definitely huckable.
Dribbling
If
the halfling.
if Fred seems to be able to like climb a little bit up the tree like without flopping all over themselves, like Aras will like go and reach down to towards Fred. But if Fred is like falling all over themselves, not able to climb the tree, they're like,
but yeah, my mental image is like Lee does like the lace fingers. I'm and like kneel down. I'm ready to help you up, but does then like the normal amount of lift and just ends up sending fucking Fred flying into the tree.
no.
More or less. Yeah, they weigh 30 pounds. They are pretty easy to lift. Um
Fred said
so
uppies.
yeah, do I
Mhm.
have to make a roll or do I just get boosted?
From below and then from above.
I'd say Lee makes an athletics check.
Okay. Uh, well, that's just barely not cocked. I'm gonna count it as sad as it makes me. That is a 13 total.
I mean, it's not graceful, but you're able to help Fred up.
I
Yeah.
think
Um,
maybe what happens is like somehow he isn't expecting Fred to be that light, so he like overcompensates it. Oh shit! Wait.
Yeah, I mean the canoe is like secure, but it's probably a little wobbly still, so
There's
have
a
to
little
like
moment where we're both standing there balancing.
yeah, I have
Okay.
to like grab another branch to like stabilize. But we get you up into the tree.
That's so cool.
Yeah, we're like a little squished, but like thankfully you're small, so it's not so bad.
Yeah, I'm pretty small. Fred is just looking around the canoe, looking at all the carvings.
Hmm. Yeah, it's just the inside and then the little like crests on either tip of the boat are just intricately carved. It's not so tiny, but like the size is like, each panel is kind of about the size of a spread out hand, and there's clearly some sort of story. Like the images are consecutive, sort of. But this canoe looks like brand new, more or less. Like the carvings look almost fresh, and it's like well oiled and well maintained, like beautifully joined.
It's beautiful. Are the art in it, is it abstract or is it representational?
Yeah, it's representational. It's kind of a little abstract though. Like you probably wouldn't be able to identify a good chunk of kind of what is in there. But there's like figures. There's like a lot of figures. There's like a cave. There's like a woman that is in a lot of them. Lots of there's like a section where there's a lot of people like running and screaming.
Fred's going to point to the carving of the woman. Just, who's that?
Oh, that is the goddess.
Oh, your snake goddess?
Yes.
That's cool. What's she doing?
Um, it is the story of how uh, our people came to be.
Wow.
Yes, you can see the old times, and she's in her sanctuary with her lover here, and then
Uh-huh.
the people coming to her and being taken care of, and then leaving the sanctuary to make our new homes.
So cool. Fred is just like watching Aras point to all the different sections and just like big eyes, just really appreciating it.
Lee can't see any of this, but he is still listening at least.
Mm-hmm.
This seems new. The wood hasn't had much time to age.
Yeah, I've had it for a while though.
Hmm.
It is a very, uh, my dad is very good.
Seems like something that might be important to you, yeah?
Well, yes.
Yeah. What kinds of things does he make?
Oh, I mean, he has made many things. He used to make a lot of furniture, chests, um,
different useful things, but that is more before I was born. So now he makes more staffs, knives, things that are for ceremonies, things like that.
Hmm.
I still think that his furniture is better, though, personally.
I could imagine why. There's a lot more room for detail, yeah?
Uh,
It is what he is best at.
Hmm.
It is
That
what
too.
he loves.
if your culture is anything like our culture, I'm assuming the transition from practical objects to ceremonial objects also comes with economic increase.
What do you mean?
Uh, Jewelry smiths are typically viewed in a higher regard than necessarily smiths of other kinds.
Oh, so you're asking
Oh,
if he's getting more attention or getting more money, I
Going up the
suppose.
economic ladder, as it were.
no, not necessarily. My mom likes his other things better.
Ah,
Happy wife, happy life.
I suppose.
Bit of a shame if that means you can't make furniture anymore, though.
Eh, it is what he has chosen to do.
Do all of his carvings and such fold up like that? Like this one?
Oh, no, not really. Not all of them even do something. This is special.
I mean, I would imagine he made it for his daughter, so
Well, I don't know. He did not specifically make it for me, but I like it very much.
mm.
So I take.
You
He does not mind.
okay.
So what is he going to do with it? He is not going to fit in it. So
I guess. I don't know.
if the two of you can fit up there, I can only imagine how big he must be if he can't fit.
well, okay, he is not that big, but he is, you know, he
It's a
he
little canoe.
he does not go out in the rivers so much. He is not traveling like that so much. Not anymore. Besides, he has my brother to do it for him, so he doesn't need to go. Anyways,
Yeah. Pardon me, it was just a little strange to go for a walk and then come back and there's an entire boat in a tree.
yeah, it is a good way of relaxing.
I bet.
It's really nice up here.
You can only have things that you want to get up to you.
Smart. If you need help getting back down, call me over. I'm gonna go sit down.
Okay, thank you. Fred
Just
is
chill
going
in
to.
the canoe.
Yeah,
Canoe
actually,
time!
Fred is going to settle down kind of on one end of the canoe. and kind of look out from the high up spot that we're in, and actually they're going to probably draw pictures from the canoe side, like trying to get the images like down on paper so that they can show Lee later.
Two non-binary sitting in a boat. There isn't a letter that rhymes with boat.
I mean, the canoe does come down from the tree. The canoe doesn't have to stay in the tree above eye level forever.
Oh
It's
no,
up
it
to
does.
Aras, honestly.
It's stuck there forever. This was a one-use item.
I just saw
You
the
can
opportunity to be clever and I took it.
you can only ever see the carvings on this boat from a height of 6 feet or up. That's the rule.
It's part of the enchantment.
Hmm.
Honestly, that would be a great enchantment for like
Secret
the
messages and
secret can
stuff, yeah.
only be read from a great height, or like obviously more of a poem than that, but then it's just like, how the fuck do you read this? Lift it overhead, you can then read it. What the fuck?
Alternatively, Riddle of the Mountain can only be solved on the mountain.
Height related magical triggers.
That's
My
fun, actually.
yeah, my new oh no, a
That
magic
feels
map.
low-key racist.
What?
Well,
Hold
no,
it
I was
over
Red
your
can't get
head.
to it until they climb something.
Positional.
but yeah, no. A secret treasure map ends up in like halfling lands, and it says that it can only be read by someone of blah 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 descent, and like they try to, or not blah 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 descent, but like of a certain height. And halflings are like, "What does this mean? I can't figure out how to get it." And then like a random dude,
It's like
like
a really
picks it
tall
up,
elf.
like an elf visits, lifts it up, and it just immediately goes in, and writing is like, oh, lowers it back down to the halfling.
It's
Writing
gone.
disappears again.
Could get
I
mean about
I'm
it, like, hmm?
I'm reminded of that meme on Tumblr where uh there's like an adventurer talking to a goblin who's was saying like, "Wow, that's a cool sword you've got. It glows whenever there's a goblin nearby." And then the goblin who just thought they had a cool glowing sword was like, "What do you mean?"
Your sword is racist.
Could be mean about it, like Guild Wars 2 was, where the last two lines of this poem that's on my arm was only revealed to players after the NPC whose favorite poem it was died.
Ugh, damn.
Rude.
Me.
But anyway, bringing
Anyways,
it back in. Um, are there any other conversations that would like to happen today? Going once.
At some point,
Jed's con-
Nutrice is gonna come back and ask people to help her like move her kill, I guess.
Yeah.
figure
Um,
Shan's back by then and we'll go help.
Natrice appears like kind of dragging this very large, like ostrich-sized corpse with her of a bird.
dinner.
Do you know how to butcher?
Shan's proficient with cook's utensils and animal handling. Does that count, DM?
Well, it's a dead animal. I don't know if we can handle it.
This would be more of a survival check.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm proficient in that too, I think. One second.
Jed will provide entertainment.
He's very good at it.
Da, 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 da,
Okay, yeah,
da,
I'm
da.
proficient in that. Let me roll.
Jed going, is this your
Oh, fuck
car?
yeah, dirty 20. Let's go.
Woo!
Nice.
We had a nat and a dirty 20 this session.
True. I just need a nat one and they can round it all out.
True.
So, the axe beak is chopped up. Um, and I assume the fire has been rebuilt. So you guys are able to cook the meat over the fire. Night starts to fall. And the strange mist that you had seen the night previous does not roll in.
Wasn't the
Oh
plan
shit.
to have Jed be the sacrificial undead to actually go into the circle to check?
And you can still
That's
send
what
him up there
Latrice
if we're
was
not
saying.
sure.
I mean, if you just want to go into the circle, I'm pretty sure no one's going to stop you.
Well, it's the entire point of staying behind. If y'all can keep an eye on me and intervene if shit goes sideways, I would appreciate it.
If
Shan will
you get
spot him.
possessed, I'll knock you the fuck out.
I don't think I can get possessed
I'll
That
just
is an
ram you.
interesting question, actually.
because I
Hmm.
think I'm already possessing myself or something. Ah, fuck if I know.
Hmm.
Anyway, if the ghosts show up, I'll holler. And Jed
You
just kind
think a
of
lot
does a
of things,
wave.
Jed. I'll spot you and make good on my threat that I made that one time if you get possessed. And just kill you.
Thank you.
I'm sure your candlelight lady will bring you back, and maybe she'll be merciful to you and put a debt on me for killing her.
More
Guy.
likely we'd both get debts. And then Jed just kind of trundles off, doing just a. He's not doing his usual slink along, and it's just straight up just silly walking.
All right. So you step into the circle.
Correct.
All right.
Well, I probably look both ways before stepping into the circle.
You
Gonna make
step into the circle. And the moment you do, nothing happens.
Yay! Jed takes a moment and is just like, hey, ghost people, you here? Probably in Shadow Tongue. It's just like, y'all moved on, right?
Hey, demons, it's me, your
Your boy.
boy.
No one gonna
Hey,
sleep
shit.
out here. No one gonna sleep out there. Just walks in, be's an irritant, and nothing happens.
Nope. Seems
It
pretty quiet.
feels past the time that they appeared last night.
It's about the same time.
So Jed will probably hang out until it's obviously past the time that they appeared last time.
Sure.
Gets bored, starts playing harmonica while waiting. Do I play well or do I play poorly and summon the dead?
Roll performance check. Let's find out.
Well, I would if I can find my dice. Where the hell did I set him? I know I brought him over to the hammock.
Why would you have
Oh,
dice
there we
in
go.
this dice and math game?
It was just hidden by my character sheet. 8.
You're not playing so good.
Well, 11 with 11? Yeah, 11 with the mods.
Yeah, you don't sound like a child playing, but you don't sound too good either.
Well, considering that I haven't played since I was a child, I call that a victory. Anyway, I probably give it like an extra minute or two once I realize that it's past the time that it was, and then trundle back to the group.
All right.
I see the Banshee didn't kill you for your poor harmonica handling.
Gotta raise the dead somehow.
Well, good to have the confirmation that it's gone at least.
You didn't want to end up in a situation where we get paid and then it reappears and then
That
bullshit
would be awkward.
happens.
Hmm.
Well, that's
So far,
good.
Verena's a good source of pay.
Try spend one more night.
And I'm willing to call it. Besides, we need to get back in time to be able to get paid.
I think we can head out in the morning, make our way back.
Probably a smarter idea, honestly.
Not always the best idea to travel at night, but we did have a fairly quiet day, and there's those of us with dark vision. We could at least do a leg before we get set up for the evening.
I think I'd rather stay camp here. If bandits haven't swung by yet, I doubt that they will.
Good point. I'm flexible.
I need some food back.
So, do you guys choose to spend the night where you did previously, or try to head a little ways on the road and then go?
Well, don't we still have camp kind of from the day?
Sorta.
Camp from the day was somewhat broken down.
Well, let's finish putting it back together, I guess.
As as she's assisting in the cooking, if people make it clear that they want to camp here, Natrice will rabbit thump again, and camp will set itself back up.
Magic.
How the fuck are you doing that? Have I seen this been done before by Natrice?
Nope.
Okay, how the fuck are you doing that?
Someone took a level.
Someone hasn't been doing this around at us. It's just part of it.
Part of it.
Part of what?
Super secret time, after all.
I mean,
I
we've
don't.
had our Jed and I have had our moment. I think maybe it's time for
Me to
others to share.
explain what I can do?
Mm-hmm.
How does this connect to you digging holes?
Well,
I
obviously, the campground is on the ground. Wendy, wink, wink, obviously has power over ground.
I don't have power over anything. I'm not a magical person. There's not a Jed and you, Freds. I don't do what either of you do. There's not magic in me, but I know how to analyze the dirt and I know how to connect to it. And
Yes, very mundane, no magic.
I know how to use the magic that is already in the environment. I can't create it myself.
Oh, that's still using magic there, bud.
Hmm. I am asking the dirt if it wouldn't mind spending a little bit of its energy to make us a bit more comfortable here. I'm just making my intentions clear to ah to nature, to the plants around here and to that tree and to the dirt itself and below that to the layer of stone under here. I'm asking if they can use their energy for it. Because even in spaces like these, there's a lot of magic already in the ground. You just have to know where to find it and how to how to analyze it and how to let it analyze you.
Well, it's certainly a handy trick.
It's a party trick.
Hey, we all have those. Jed flips a card, like literally up and around his hat and catches it. But you didn't even see him have the cards out in the first place at that point in time.
Yeah, that's one that's one they probably toss you more coins for.
Yeah, there's something to be said about showmanship.
Hmm. She's just gonna like, fuck. You actually can't see her eyebrows. She just stares at you.
You want
She's raising
something?
an eyebrow, but you can't tell that.
Cat eye insight check. No.
Roll for eyebrow.
Can't see Wendy's eyebrow. Jed only has one eyebrow.
Would you like advantage on your eyebrow check?
Anyway, seems like it's dinner time. Or wait, no. Was cooking happening while I was investigating
Yeah.
the circle, or was dinner already finished up and was like, okay, let me check the circle before we eat?
Um, I think it was cooking when you were uh stepping into the circle, and then while you were in there playing the harmonica, it was being prepared. So by the time you step out of the circle, it's time to eat.
Hell yeah, food time.
Are there any conversations that would like to be had over dinner?
I mean, I am curious about the magic in the ground, but I figure that Latrice is probably not sharing more.
I
She's
don't know.
given her speech.
Yeah.
Oh, and if Natrice was sharing more, she'd be being rude about it, so.
Fred just kind of like, how do you know if there's magic in the ground? Like, do you find it in the dirt? Is it like visible?
Well, I mean, kind of. I here. She's gonna pull out two of her ski bottles and spread out some paper on the ground and just pour out both bottles onto different sheets and say look, one of these is the dirt that we got when that's Evadne has killed. And one of these is a healthy dirt sample that I've had on me for a while. Which one is which?
Uh, can I tell?
Would it even be a challenge considering we literally have a farmer?
Yeah, I'm like, what would I roll like a nature check to
Yeah,
know?
this would be a nature check.
All right, I'm going to. That is a 17.
You can tell that one of them seems like it would be better soil for gardening than the other.
Fred's going to point to that one like that one looks like it's a lot healthier, better growing and
Yeah, this one can support life. It can support change. It has the potential to grow into something. What what I do is I analyze that potential. I break it down. I can tell you nutrient balance it's coming from. I can tell you what plants help to do it. I mean, I'm sure you know your crop rotations and your these oil drains and your nitrites and that sort of thing.
Sure.
All all that I do is I go in there and I ask if that growing potential, if a little bit of it could be propping up the tent post over there and setting up a nice spot for us to sleep tonight. Hmm.
Wow.
She's gonna start putting her dirt back in her bottles. Um and it does not work as well on soil like this one, on dead soil, when there's no potential of life left. I mean, I've briefly been to deserts. Deserts are full of life. Deserts have so much potential still in them. This this isn't that. It's the potential sucked out. Oof, it's why I worry if what would happen if Adne did get a hold of Hen. I mean, I'm sure that she can defend herself, but I don't like the idea of her sucking the potential from someone with that much. You can, I don't know, if you have questions of the more magical, spiritual side of things, I'd recommend talking to her. The impression I got from the dream is that she is very tapped into the web of things, how all of the life and how everything is alive and that life can all feel each other. Some people are more aware of that than others. I'm not somebody with that much of an inborn talent for it, but I've studied how to learn about it, and oh, Hen is someone with a high inborn talent for it, I think.
Gotta agree with that.
I think it just flows through her, flows
That
through
makes a lot of
everything.
sense. I just
Mm,
have never heard it put quite like that. I
she
think you
shrugs. Mm,
might have a lot more talent than you're giving yourself credit for.
This
uh,
conversation's in just open air, right?
yes.
Yeah,
At that, Lee is going to chime in and say, like, I was thinking kind of the same thing. This seems like a very spiritual topic for an average scientist to know about.
The distinction that some people make between science or religion and spirituality. I mean, oh boy, I know a lot of people of faith who really let that influence their entire perception of everything and start centering one understanding of the world more so than, well, than it really deserves. But I don't understand drawing a strong line between them. There's acting foolish. I mean, I was not a fan of you just counting birds every day because that did not seem to have any basis in anything for me. But now I have an idea what you're doing with it, and it makes a lot of sense. Things like magic, like religion, like I don't know, giant big spirits that can pull us all back from the brink. Stuff like that. I mean, that's stuff that exists out in the world, and that's stuff that acts in, well, ways we can measure and ways we can check. You can tell the magic potential of a person. I can't personally, but there are ways to check it. You can tell what kinds of things a god has control over, what kinds of things a god can do, and how you go about getting these things. I mean, there are rules behind everything, and I think so many people can't, don't know the rules, don't know what game they're playing, and choose to process that as if there are none, as if whether or not they can understand the rules is the single metric for determining whether the rules exist. But I know that there are a lot of big things and that I'm I'm probably not going to live long enough to figure all of them out, but there are ways to figure all of them out. They all operate on a set of given principles, and it's just a question of figuring out what those principles are. I'm, I like to think in my, brightest moments that I'm advancing some of that. I mean, I know certain publications have thought my analysis was worthy of something. Uh, enough so for Mr. Verena to have heard of me. But it's a constant process, and well, saying that you don't personally think you're going to finish the process, and therefore it doesn't exist, or it's impossible, or oh, that's just magic. Nobody knows how magic works. I mean, that's just not true. Hmm.
Hmm. I think that's really neat.
Ah, I think it's really cool too. I have dreams sometimes of, I don't know, falling under some spell that'll, catapult me forward in time or freeze me for thousands of years and seeing where our understanding of the world is then. Because I think it's only ever gonna get better and better.
I
I don't know
wouldn't
that we'll
be
ever.
too confident about that. A lot can happen in 1,000 years.
Yeah, I suppose. But I mean, once knowledge is out there, it is very, very difficult to destroy it. To suppress it,
Perhaps.
to suppress the people who are spreading it, maybe. But I mean, I'm an archaeologist, Ras. I know stuff. We know stuff.
You think you know stuff, but it is your interpretation, is it not, of the thing?
Natrice will shrug. Sure, I know facts about where you come from that you don't know, Aras.
What you think you know.
She'll, you know, do, scale hands. Column A, column B. I have my theories about it, sure. But, once something is out there, it's gonna be found by someone. Maybe not immediately, and maybe not everyone who finds it will be able to share it or be allowed to share it, but it's there and it can be found, and there are always going to be people like me who are looking for it.
Once things are lost, what is then found again is never going to be exactly the same as it was.
No, never. There's a lot that I wish we did know. There's a lot that, you know, currently we haven't discovered anything about. But the more pieces you have, the easier it is to put the whole thing together. And new pieces are being discovered all of the time. Hmm. Some points, Adne, anyone else, any kind of empire is eventually going to fall. That's just a given. They always do. And it's always hard to rebuild. But the whole world is in a constant cycle of getting destroyed and then rebuilding itself out of most of the same parts. That's how the dirt goes, that's how the plants go, that's how the people go. Tonight, what used to be a bird was eaten, was incorporated into our bodies, and tomorrow that will be part of what we build ourselves out of. It's all recycling and it's all growth.
Very
Fred
insightful,
looks.
Natrice.
Spent a while thinking about these kinds of things.
I
Clearly.
noticed.
Ugh. She's gonna punch you in the shoulder.
Fucking give you a punch back.
Hmm.
So how did you and Aras end up traveling together?
Latrice will shrug. I was, as I said, I was interested in snake culture.
Aras is going to like give you a bump in the arm and just kind of give you like a kind of quiet face.
Yup. Mm. Mm.
We met when we were traveling together. That's all.
You seem to get on well, at least.
Aras looks like shrugs, like a little dubious at that, but is like, yeah, I guess.
Eh, you get used to people being there, I guess.
I think it's really neat. I don't know.
Yeah, you think a lot of things are neat, Fred.
Sure, but it's true.
I don't think they've been wrong about that yet.
Hmm.
I
Latrice will
just
shrug.
question their ability to articulate why they find it important because some very important details have been left out.
On Fred's prophecies, because, ooh, that is going to be a big job, but I am going to get it done.
That I think is where we will call session.
Woo!
Another good session, but fuck, I want to lie down.
Yeah,
Oh,
lots of drama and lots of good stuff. We love it.
The
Yay!
drums.
Yay.
So much interrogation.
Yeah.
Right? We had multiple storm offs this session.
It was very fun getting to be
Angry.
dramatic with everybody.
Yes.
I
Mm.
Thank you
find it
all so
funny how Jed and Fred are taking it in stride, and everyone else is like, "What the fuck is going on?"
I told you guys Shan's normal. He's normal.
Normal TM TM
He's a
TM TM.
normal man.
If you airdropped him into our reality, he'd probably be like some random fucking like guy in accounting or some shit.
Well, regardless, thanks for playing, guys. Next time should be December 13th. Hopefully
Yeah.
people are available for that. But until then,
If
see you
you
next time.
haven't done the go to meet, do your go to meet.
Yeah.
Oh
Yes, we need to
yeah.
hang out.
hmm
Yes, I will try and
I
get
need
that
to
figured
know when
out this
to
week.
haul my ass.
Yup.
Um, see y'all next time.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.